Hello, Thrivers. Heather here. What good news did you get yesterday? How was your magical day as we did our Supercharge Your Marriage Gratitude Challenge? I would love to hear what good news you got. I got several pieces of good news. I heard from our event coordinator about our marriage retreat locations, and I'm so excited. We have Milan, Italy. We have Hawaii, a bed and breakfast there on the seashore. And we also have an incredible mountain retreat in Tennessee. So I'm looking for your votes of where you would love to have our marriage retreat in 2019. So go ahead and let me know. That's really exciting news for me. I definitely appreciated that. And I also got a couple other good news in personal life as well. So things are going really well, and I hope that you got good news too. I'm going to keep this one brief today because you know Mark and I have a live training here in the Thriving Marriage in a couple hours, and I'm putting together something really special for you guys for that. So I need to get back to work. But day 15 here is Magically Heal Your Relationships. We're in Rhonda Byrne's The Magic. So let me know how you are doing, how this challenge is helping you guys. All right, if you have a difficult or broken relationship, are suffering from a broken heart, or hold any resentment or blame toward another person for anything, you can change it through gratitude. Gratitude will magically improve any difficult relationship, whether that person is a husband or wife, brother or sister, son or daughter, partner, boss, business client, work colleague, mother or father-in-law, parent, friend, or neighbor. When we are faced with a difficult relationship or a challenging situation in a relationship, in almost all cases, we're not in the least bit grateful for the other person. Instead, we're busy blaming the other person for the problems we have with them. And that means we don't have a shred of gratitude. Blame is never going to make a relationship better. It's never going to make your life better. In fact, the more you blame, the worse the relationship gets, and the worse your life gets. Whether it's a current relationship or a past relationship, if you harbor bad feelings toward another person, practicing gratitude will eliminate those feelings. Why would you want to remove your bad feelings about another person? Okay, here's from Gautama Buddha, founder of Buddhism. Quote, holding on to anger is like grasping a hot coal with the intent of throwing it at someone else. You are the one who gets burned. Speaking of burns, I got burned over Thanksgiving. Wow, that was not fun. You can see it here in my hand. And speaking of fires, Ben and I had a kitchen fire yesterday. No joke. I was trying to make baked potatoes, get on our group coaching session that we do with our clients, and, wanting to serve him. Hey, Dwayne. Hey, Derek. Hey, Joe. Oh, some of my favorite people. Love you guys. Awesome. And as I was preheating the oven, smoke started coming out. And I was like, okay, well, that happened last time too, because we had just had Thanksgiving and there was some grease in the bottom of the oven. So it had smoked before when my husband made pizza the other night. And so I was like, okay, that's probably not a big deal. So the oven's preheating, and then all of a sudden the smoke starts billowing out. And I'm like, oh my goodness, what's happening? So I open it up and flames, like encompassing the entire oven. So I turn the oven off, shut it, and I'm like, okay, maybe that will fix it. No, open it again, same thing, flames everywhere. And the smoke is filling our entire kitchen. No joke, this is a true story. I'll post a picture you guys can see. So then I go downstairs, I'm like, Ben, there is the oven is on fire. There are flames shooting out. Okay. And I have a funny story to tell about this later, what his reaction is. I'll tell you guys to another time. I'm not going to go deep into that, but his reaction was hilarious and so crucial to understanding relationships. It's beautiful. So anyway, so he comes rushing upstairs, and then by this point, the kids are like, we're getting out, the alarm's going off, the kitchen is full of smoke, and the entire bottom level of our house is full of smoke. It's going up to the upper level of the house. And so he's like, you need to call 911. We need to get the fire department out here. So I'm trying to get the kids out. My 8-year-old son remembers to go up and grab the baby, which I was just about to do, but he went and grabbed the baby, got her out. Meanwhile, the whole entire house was so full of smoke, you could not even step in there at all. So my husband yanks the stove out while it's on fire, okay? Talk about my hero, right? And unplugs it from the gas, because it's a gas oven. At that point, fire extinguishes, the fire department shows up. They come and they, clear all the smoke and make sure everything's good. The oven was so hot, it actually burned through and melted the side of the oven and burned the cabinet next to it. Okay. So that was my evening last night. I didn't make it to the group session. I'm sorry to all of our clients, and I apologized over there in the group, last night that I wasn't able to make it. It could have been really, really disastrous, but we took quick action, and so it's fine. But we talk about being burned. She says, oh, my daughter might need me. Just a minute, sweetie. I'll be over there in just a second.
Ellie has boogies.
Yep, Ellie does have boogers. All right, she says, bad feelings about another person burn your life, but gratitude will eliminate them. So imagine that gratitude is like the fire extinguisher that we can get out and put out those flames and clear the smoke, get the smoke out of our lungs. For example, if you have an ex-partner who is connected to you through your children and the relationship isn't good, look at your children's faces and realize that they wouldn't be alive if it wasn't for your ex-partner. Your children's lives are one of the most precious gifts you have. Look at your children and give thanks to your ex-partner for their lives every single day, as well as bringing peace and harmony to the relationship. Through your example, you will be teaching your children the greatest tool for their life, gratitude. Or if you're suffering from a broken heart or grief due to a relationship having ended, you can use gratitude's magical power to transform your pain. Gratitude magically transforms emotional pain into healing and happiness faster than anything else. And the story of my parents is a perfect example of that. My mother and father fell in love with each other virtually at first sight. From the moment they met, they were truly grateful to be with each other, and they had the most beautiful marriage I have ever seen. When my father died, my mother understandably suffered from enormous grief. After months of suffering, she began to use gratitude's magical power. And despite her immense grief and pain, she looked for things to be grateful for. She began with the past, and she recalled all the wonderful times of happiness she had received through the decades with my father. Then she took the next big step and looked for things to be grateful for in the future. One by one, she found them. She found or remembered things she had always wanted to do, but didn't have time to do it when my father was alive. And with this courageous step of gratitude, opportunities to fill her dreams magically poured in, and her life became rich with happiness again. The magical power of gratitude gave my mother a new life. For today's magical practice, you are going to look for a hot coal that is burning your life and literally turn it into gold through gratitude. Choose one difficult, problematic, or broken relationship that you want to improve. It doesn't matter, I do that every time. It doesn't matter whether the person is currently in your life or if it's a past relationship and the person is no longer in your life. Sit down and make a written list of 10 things you're grateful for about the person you've chosen. Think back through the history of the relationship and list the great things about the person or the great things you received from the relationship. The easiest way to do this is to think back to the way things were before the relationship deteriorated or ended. If the relationship was never good, then think hard about any good qualities in the person because they are there. This magical practice is not about who is right or wrong. No matter what you feel someone has done to you, no matter what someone said or didn't do, you can magically heal the relationship, and you don't need the other person in order to heal it. There is gold in every relationship, even the difficult ones. And to bring riches to all your relationships in your life, you have to find the gold. As you dig and discover a nugget of gold, write it down, address the person by name, and express your sentence in gratitude. So name, I'm grateful for, and then you put the blank there. Paul, I'm grateful for everything you did to try and make our marriage work because 10 years of marriage means you did try. Paul, I'm grateful to you for our children. The joy I receive from them every day could not be without you. Paul, I'm grateful to you for the hard work and long hours you put in to support my family. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm going to have to grab my baby. We'll do part 2 in just a few minutes. Sorry, guys. I have to be right back.